The resources sector will continue to work through the coronavirus crisis despite lockdowns around the country. Australian mining companies and workers alike will be impacted by the pandemic with new restrictions and health procedures in place. Now to discuss further, we've got News Corp columnist Des Houghton who joins me now in our Brisbane studio. Before we get into that, Des, you've got breaking news out of Cairns. Can you take us through it?
Yeah, Glee, so this is a very interesting development. The Director of Pharmacy, a guy called Jason Black, has written a very plaintive letter to the nursing staff and directors and everybody saying that sanitisers are at critical low levels and they should be rationed. He said this is a statewide problem and that this stuff must be used only on direct patient contact, and it's not to be used to clean surfaces or keyboards because the state Queensland Health is running out of it. What is interesting, Peter, is this seems to contradict what Chief Health Officer Jeannette Young said. She said, oh, no, we've got plenty of PPEs, as they call them, personal equipment for dealing with infection, stuff like masks, gowns and gloves. But this letter contradicts that. The other interesting thing happened in Townsville overnight, and Phil Singos, the president of the Nurses Professional Association of Queensland, tells me that he's got a picture of nurse swabbing a patient without gloves. And when they asked this person, well, what's going on here? This is in Townsville. She said, we've run out of gloves and we've just been asked to do it like this. Now, this is very odd and I think it's very dangerous and it's just not on. Again, the state government seems to be very concerned with what's happening in the cities and trying to ring-fence big hospitals, and let's hope they do a great job there. But, the regions get left out again with all the equipment. And as time goes on, yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. As time goes on, they need to be paying more attention to the regions. All right. Now, in your recent column, I was very impressed with it, by the way, Des. You spoke about how there are 10 big mines currently awaiting approval with the Queensland government, held up by red and green tape, as we saw with Adani. If the government was to approve them now, it would help immeasurably in bringing this state back from the brink of financial disaster.
Peter, I think there's probably 12,000 jobs there. But while our key industries like tourism have tanked and education is gone down, the mining industry is still bubbling along reasonably well. And even though Jackie Trad, the Treasurer, and Anastasia Palaszczuk hate the mining industry and are terrified to talk about it, it's still pumping $5 billion a year into the coffers in royalties. But of course, the mining industry does much more than that. It creates hundreds of thousands of dollars in local communities all around the central Queensland coal belts from top to bottom. And there's a whole host of mines still now stuck in green and red tape, as you say, and some of them are huge. They're billion-dollar mines. One of them, of course, is the New Acland mine that's already been approved, Peter, and there's New Acland Stage 3, there's 550 jobs there. It's shovel-ready, but for some reason the government wouldn't give the final tick over on it. Now, you can blame Labor for this because, remember, the Adani mine took 9 years to approve. That's shocking. It took 9 years to approve, and along the way, Labor tweaked the Labor government tweaked the rules to make it easier for the Greens to wage this green lawfare, and that delayed all these projects considerably. There's the Galilee coal and rail project, 2,300 jobs. The China Stone coal mine, 3,400 jobs. Kevin's Corner, 1,600 jobs, and so it goes. Whitehaven's mine, Eagle Downs, Pembroke's Olive Downs. There's a whole list of mines here, Peter. Now, if they were approved, and they need to be approved pronto, so people can start working. It has the benefit of not just adding taxation and wages into the economy. We will get a big boost from the royalties. And boy, does Queensland need it, because under this government, the economic woes are terrible.
Indeed, indeed. The wisdom of Des Houghton. Thank you for joining us tonight on Sky News Across Australia. Des, great to see you.